Hello, in this video I will walk you through how to install the Populate Latitude and Longitude add-in into Excel. Now keep in mind, if you've installed add-ins before, this process is slightly different, so it's important that you follow the instructions. And the reason it's different is we are actually going to edit the add-in's code prior to installing it. So let's get started. The first thing you'll want to do is download the add-in file itself. You can find that here on this post. Either you're watching the video on this post and just head to the bottom and you'll find a download link. If you're watching this on YouTube or some other medium, within the video description you'll find a link to this post where you can download the file. So download the file, and I suggest you save it to your desktop. With the file saved to your desktop, next we're going to go out and grab a Google API key. And the reason for that is the add-in installs a custom function within any Excel workbook that you're using that when you add an address to that function, the function will send the address to Google via Google's geocoding API, and so long as you have a key to use that API, Google will then return that address with the latitude and longitude. Now, this key is free for up to 2,500 uses per day from Google. Google does have premium keys, but for most people, 2,500 is more than enough. So to get a key, just go to google.com, and then here you're going to type Google geocoding API key. You'll search that, and the top result generally is the page you need. If it's not the page you need, here is the URL of the page you need to get to. On this page, you'll then hit Get a Key. If it's the first time getting a key, there will be a yes/no to accept Google's terms, and you'll name the project. I'm going to use an existing API key, but more than likely you'll hit Create New and you'll just add a name. Either way, you'll have a name here for your project, and then click the Next button, and you'll get an API key. And this usually takes a few seconds to process. So we've been issued this API key. I'm just going to click that button, and that copies the key to my clipboard. I'll leave this up though in the event that I need to come back and find it again. So with the API key, we're going to edit the add-in file. So just on the desktop where you find the file, double click on it, and Excel's going to open a window. And the first thing you'll see is a security notice. Now, you can enable the macros with confidence if you'd like, but you might as well just disable it if it gives you more confidence. It doesn't matter whether you hit enable or disable. Either way, you'll arrive here. You first need to go to the developer ribbon. If you don't have access to this, go to File, Options, Customize Ribbon, and then off to the right, make sure this box is checked, this developer box. Click OK. And now with your developer ribbon available to you, up here to the left, you'll see Visual Basic. Just hit that, and it will open up the Visual Basic tool. Now, more than likely, the code for this add-in will appear off to the right. If for some reason it doesn't, over on the left, just double-click Module 1. And now this is the code. It was written by Christos Samaras. You can find his contact information here as well as his blog. He most recently updated this particular code in 2018 and added with this update the requirement that we include the API key from Google. Now to do that then, so we've copied the key to our clipboard. Now it's just a matter of coming down to the area within the code where we paste that key. You'll find it here. In green, he has instructions, set your API key in this variable. Okay? So all we're going to do is within these quotation marks, where it says your API key goes here, exclamation mark, we're just going to paste our API key. With that pasted, we can now save this add-in. So I just come up here and I click File, Save, and we've saved this file now with your custom API key in. So with the add-in updated, your key included, we now need to install the add-in. And from here on out, it's the normal process that you may or may not have used for installing an add-in. The first step is make sure you have closed any and all Excel workbooks. With all Excel workbooks closed, you'll open a blank workbook. Okay, open Excel, blank workbook, then go to File, Options, Add-ins, and down here at the bottom, go where it says Manage Excel Add-ins. The add-in dialog box will then appear, and what we need to do is we need to click Browse, and what will open is Microsoft's unique add-ins folder, which is kind of buried within the app data folder, and so that's why I prefer to save the file itself to your desktop. Why? Because when you click Browse, it will open up, and Microsoft assumes that you saved the add-in file to this folder, only this folder is kind of a pain to find. So with this dialog box open, I'll just come up here, grab the file that we added the Your API key to, and paste it within now this add-ins folder. Now that it's located in the add-ins folder, we can select it by clicking it and hitting OK. And now you'll find it not only in your list, but checked. So lat long add-in version 2, we hit OK. And now we can close this blank workbook. And now let's test to make sure that it works. So I'm just going to open another blank workbook, do our testing. And the function comes with 3 options. The first is a get coordinates, get latitude, and the last is get longitude. So you'll want an address in this format, address, comma, city, comma, state, comma, zip code. And with the address there, we just hit get latitude, select that address. There's the latitude, get longitude. There it is. Or we can try get coordinates. And there you have it. Any workbook you open now, you'll have access to that custom function. If you have questions about the add-in or the function itself, don't hesitate to reach out, and thanks for your time.